Well, today we're here to celebrate our veterans, and we're going to do that all afternoon. And tomorrow is the actual Veterans Day, so we're kind of the warm-up for the real Veterans Day, and this way we get to celebrate twice because they deserve it. Don't you think so?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to start off our presentation and our day with the true American spirit. We're going to have the presentation of the flags by our VFW people, and it's headed by Cookie Rivera, and he'll be speaking to us in just a few minutes. But right now, please stand, if you can, for the flag presentation.
Prepare to post. Post colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the darkest red of bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Cookie, would you like to say a few words?
The celebration is always a somber occasion, but yet necessary. We honor our men and women who have served and continue to serve, and all of the departed veterans along the way that we've lost. And it's always a good time to remember them, because we follow behind in their footsteps.
Alrighty, we're just discussing how we're going to do this today. First of all, I want to thank all the veterans who have provided all of the freedoms that we have that allow us to gather today, for example, to attend our various houses of worship, to vote, and to express our thoughts. As we begin one day dedicated to our veterans, I would like all of the veterans who are here to stand. Can you all veterans stand up? Thank you very much for your service. I'm going to go around and ask you what branch and so on you were with. Bill, your name and...
I'm William Cape. I was with the Army National Guard, activated before Post Washington during the Cuban Missile Crisis.
How long?
10 months.
10 months.
Colleen Wold, United States Navy, Submarines Force. Just got out Connecticut, 2 submarines, USS Abraham Lincoln and USS Sera Sera.
My name is Henry Gagne. I served in World War II out in the South Pacific for 2.5 years.
Lynn Carper, U.S. Army Reserves, 1969, 1975, 32nd ICC.
Any other veterans?
Birdie.
Mary Kay.
Sorry. Mary Chrisling. I was in the United States Army.
Where did you serve?
Pardon me?
Where did you serve for how long?
Oh, I was in the service for 18 months, and I was in Fort McClellan, Alabama, Fort Gordon, Georgia, and Fort Hood, Texas.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, we have our wonderful VFW guys, and then we have Cookie take care of that part.
Cookie Rivera was United States Air Force for 4 years and 1 full year in the Republic of Vietnam. It actually was 359 days. I was in Japan for like a few days, so I didn't give you a full year's credit.
I'm Anthony Gale, Army through Minnesota Army National Guard, and I've been in Iraq, Kuwait, and Bosnia.
Master Sergeant John Egan, 11 years in the Navy, Vietnam, 16 years in the Air Force, Master Sergeant of Supply and Warehousing in Desert Storm.
Hi, Mike Surfling, U.S. Army, in Vietnam for 1 year.
Lars Wallen, spent 2 years in the Swedish Army, came over here in 1960 and became a member, an honorary member of the VFW. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us to participate.
Thank you. I just wanted to kind of, thank you seems so, I don't know, small. When you think of the sacrifices, it doesn't really express how you all really do feel, does it? Service to our country is above all else. And I think that they're more than veterans. I think they are heroes. And you know, heroes, they come in all shapes and all sizes, all colors, all religions. Some of them are tall, some of them are short. Some of them are pretty, and some of them are pretty. But what they did was they gave of themselves. And we can be so thankful for that. They often endured some mighty huge discomforts, and often didn't really know where their next meal was coming from, where their warm bed was. We don't have that to worry about here right now today. For our freedom, our right to protest, we can vote, we can salute our flag. They did this all for you, and for me, and for the United States of America. They are home in their easy chairs, not here where they belong. They are out working on the streets. They're building bridges, they're building buildings, they're driving trucks, running businesses, driving cabs, and even delivering groceries. They are all equal. They did what they did for us and for their country. They are our heroes right here in this room today. Thank you again. And now, I think I'd like to introduce our wonderful, talented USO show lady. Her name is Colleen Hiebeler. I want to call her like the Keebler elf, but I know it's yeah. We have a common friend. My niece has gave me her name, and we are so glad and so excited to hear the USO show. So take it away.
Welcome to the best show you're going to see this side of the Mississippi River. Within Lennox's budget. Walk right in, sit right down, daddy, let your mind roll on. Walk right in, sit right down, daddy, let your mind roll on. Everybody's talking about a new way of walking. Do you want to lose your mind? I said, oh, walk right in, sit right down, daddy, let your mind roll on. Let's loosen up a little bit. Everybody sing along with me, will ya? Zip-a-Dee-Doo-Dah, zip-a-dee-ay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading my way. Zip-a-dee-doo-dah, zip-a-dee-ay. Mr. Bluebird's on my shoulder. It's the truth, well, it's actual. Everything is satisfaction. Zip-a-dee-doo-dah, zip-a-dee-ay. Wonderful feeling, wonderful day. Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. I ain't had no lovin' since January, February, June, or July. Snow time, it ain't no time to sit outdoors and spoon. So shine on, harvest moon, for me and my gal. Yeah. Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? Oh yeah, how's about cooking something up with me? Yeah. Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe we could get us a brand new recipe? I got a hot rod Ford and a $2 bill. I've got a spot right over the hill. The soda pop and the dancing is free. So won't you please come along with me and sing? Hey, good looking, what you got cooking? How's about cooking something up with me? Thank you. Thank you very much. For anybody I did not get a chance to meet, my name is Colleen, and I started entertaining the troops overseas when I was 17. Oh, thank you. When I was 40, they told me to go home. You folks know how it is. So home I came. I was single, of course, but I had a huge crush on the bass player in my band. He had been playing with me for 10 years, and he thought we were friends. The night before we came back to the States, he called and asked me out for dinner. Long story short, he had written a song, and in that song, he asked me to marry him. Well, I'm going to play that song for you folks right now, and you tell me if I should have gone ahead with it. He got down on one knee and he took my hand and he said, I've got something important to say. I'm gonna say it in my own special way. I've been mulling it over and thinking it through. I want to say it just right, make it perfectly clear. Say those words a woman wants to hear. I finally made up my mind. I'm gonna settle for you. I'm gonna settle for you. Oh boy. I'm gonna settle for you. Well, my lifelong search for the perfect woman is through. Then he said, now I'm not saying you're perfect, but you're not half bad, and that'll have to do. I'm tired of waiting for my dreams to come true. I'm gonna settle for you. Oh boy, I waited 40 years to hear that. But he was a great guy, so I let him keep singing. He continued to say, I thought this song would make you happy. You look like you're about ready to slap me. I'm just trying to be a more sensitive man. He said, a swimsuit model with a great personality, that's just fantasy. You're my reality. I'm gonna say it again, I'm gonna settle for you. Oh boy. I'm gonna settle for you. I'm gonna settle for you. Well, my lifelong search for the perfect woman is through. He said, I'm not saying you're perfect, but you're not half bad, and that'll have to do. I'm tired of waiting for my dreams to come true. I'm gonna settle for you. And I said yes. Oh, you guys are a lot of fun. All the kids finally went back to school. It's been a long time. Oh, it was such a beautiful day. Last September 6th, they all went back to school. I went and volunteered at the kindergarten class, and the kindergartners were all waiting in the lunch line to have lunch. And at the beginning of the lunch line was a huge bowl of apples, where the teacher put a sign in the middle of the bowl of apples saying, take all you want. God is watching. The kids each took one apple, went through the lunch line. At the end of the lunch line, there was a beautiful bowl of chocolate chip cookies, where one of the little kindergartners made their own sign saying, take all you want, God's watching the apples. Thank you. Don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me. Sing it, will ya? Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, 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 don't sit under the apple tree with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. Anyone else but me. No, 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 don't go walking down Lover's Lane with anyone else but me till I come marching home. Back in the 1950s, there was a wonderful gal that went overseas to entertain the troops. Back then, she was only known as the lead singer of the Les Brown Orchestra. Ladies and gentlemen, her name was Miss Doris Day. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que Sera, Sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que Sera, Sera. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que Sera, Sera. Whatever will be, will will be? The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. What will be, will be. Que sera, sera. Thank you. There were 3 women that put their voices together and went overseas to entertain the troops. I followed in their footsteps. They went to North High School in North Minneapolis. Ladies and gentlemen, they called themselves the Andrews Sisters. He was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie sound that no one else could play. He was a top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie, boogie bugle boy of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. It really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band. And now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie, boogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a toodly-yada, it to the bar. In boogie rhythm, can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's a boogie, boogie bugle boy of Company B. He puts the boys to sleep with boogie every night. He wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays and someone gives them a beat. He really wakes them up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B. Yeah. Thank you. In 1959, there was a woman who went overseas to entertain the troops. It was a good idea. She was always looking for where the boys are. Miss Connie Francis. Where the boys are, someone waits for me. A smiling face, a warm embrace, 2 arms to hold me tenderly. Where the boys are, my true love will be. He's walking down some street in town, and I know he's looking there for me. In a crowd of 1,000,000 people, I'll find my Valentine, and then I'll climb to the highest steeple and tell the world he's mine. Till he holds me, I'll wait impatiently. Where the boys are, where the boys are, where the boys are, someone waits for me. Thank you. I was looking up some of the most famous singers in the 1950s, and it seems quite a few of them were named Bob. There was Bobby Rydell, Bobby Darin, Bobby V, Bobby Minton. So I decided to do a few songs by the Bobs. You know, the dance floor is open. If you feel like dancing a little bit, you go right ahead. If you walked into a USO place, you were encouraged to go ahead and dance a little bit. There were many times when I'd play a little bit of dance music with the band, and all the fellas would get up and dance. They wouldn't dance with each other, they just danced, especially when the Macarena was popular. One time I watched 5,000 troops do the Macarena. It's true. It was in Bosnia. One of you folks was in Bosnia. Yep. We'll have to compare notes later. I started out my first tour of duty in Vietnam with one of you guys. Yep. Every word that you mentioned is true. People have no idea the sacrifice that you guys put up with. So go ahead and dance. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me. My lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing somewhere beyond the sea. She's there waiting for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing, oh yeah, beyond the sea, beyond the sea. I'd go sailing, my baby and me. They usually got them up on the dance floor. Thank you. Another one of the Bobs was Bobby Vinton. Many times, the most important thing that happened to you in a day would be when you got mail call. A long, long time ago, on graduation day, you handed me your book, and I signed this away. Roses are red, my love, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not as sweet as you. We dated through high school, and when the big day came, I wrote into your book, next to my name, roses are red, my love, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not as sweet as you. Then I went far away, and you found someone new. I read your letters, dear, and I wrote to you, roses are red, my love, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not as sweet as you. Is that your little girl? She looks a lot like you. Someday some boy will write in her book too, roses are red, my love, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, and now may God bless you. Thank you. A lot of folks ask me what USO stands for. It's the United Service Organization. DOD, of course, is how we get paid, the Department of Defense. There's always a big line outside of that office. We're all waiting to get a check. Usually it was weekly. But I was never so happy and enjoyed myself so much as when I traveled with the USO. Also, I'm asked quite often if I ever got to meet Bob Hope. I actually got to work with him for 18 months. I drove him crazy. Mr. Hope, how do you tell a joke? Mr. Hope, how do you make him laugh? We all wanted to know. I was just in the chorus, but I learned a lot just by watching him and his lovely wife. They couldn't have been a cuter couple. You could tell that they really depended on each other for everything. When you walk into a USO, you can get the chaplain service, you can get something to eat, you can dance, and a lot of places you can even get a cocktail. I was stationed up for a while at the North Pole, Thule. Any of you folks go to Thule? There was the Blue Note Club. That means that you could have a drink if you got cold enough. And you could dance. That was the best part. Go in and just forget your troubles and dance. You only had to be careful of who you saved the last dance for. You can dance any dance with the guy who gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile any smile for a man who's held your hand 'neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. Oh, so darling, save the last dance for me. You know it. Oh, I know that the music's fine like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun, laugh and sing. But while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. And don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. Oh, so darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, yeah! You can dance, go and carry on till the night is gone and it's time to go. If he asks if you're all alone, can he take you home? You must tell him no. And don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. Oh, so darling, save the last dance for me. And don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. Oh, so darling, save the last dance for me. You got it, you got it, thank you. 52 years ago in August, 52 years ago, I can't even believe it, was the biggest rock and roll festival the United States had ever seen. It was called Woodstock. Oh, yeah. Were you there? Yeah, I know. The music was great. They had 3 days of continuous music. It never stopped. So give me your imagination for a minute. It's Saturday night. It's 4:30 in the morning. It's cold and rainy. And there's 3 wonderful musicians waiting in the back to go on and do this next song. They called themselves Peter, Paul, and Mary. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Hanali. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Hanali. Together they would travel on boat with billowed sail. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whenever they came. Pirate ships would lower their flag when Puff roared out his name. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Hanali. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Hanali. What a sweet song. Thank you very much. There was another fellow waiting to go on stage at 8:30 in the morning. It was still raining and cold, but he was used to it. This young man was from Hibbing, Minnesota. You got it right. Bob Dylan. How many roads must a man walk down before they call him a man? Yes, and how many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must a cannonball fly before it's forever banned. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Thank you. Bob Dylan had another great song that applies to the times, all the time. But one more Bob Dylan song because he is from Hibbing, Minnesota. Come gather around, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown. You got it. And accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone, 'cause the times, they are a-changin'. The times are a-changin', but not as much as you might think. Join me in singing a few patriotic songs, will you? Starting off with God Bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountain to the prairie to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home. This land is your land. You got it. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. Oh yeah, this land was made for you and me. As I was walking that ribbon of highway, well, I saw above me that endless skyway. Well, I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. I say that this land was made for you and me. I love it. I'm looking for something here. Through the course of the next couple days, we'll be singing Anchors Away, and as the caissons go marching along, all the theme songs for the different branches of the service. But I noticed that there's a new branch of the service called the Space Force, and they didn't have a song. So a wonderful friend of mine who, I think he lives in St. Louis Park, yes, his name was Dan Wasko. He wrote a special song for the Space Force. I'd like to share it with you right now, because I thought it just fit. Blast off with Space Force, the protectors of the planets and the stars. Blast off with Space Force, bringing virtue and morality to Jupiter and Mars. Who cares about the billions that we're spending? The Milky Way is surely worth defending. We are the USA, so keep out of our way. We have the Space Force. Hooray! That was one of your fellow St. Louis Parkins. So I wanted it to get on the TV. And as you know, to take a left turn here, snow is in the forecast for Friday. You know you're a hardy Minnesotan if you've ever worn a parka and shorts at the same time. When you watch the morning TV on Friday, I'm sure you'll see someone from Hibbing, Minnesota, running out in her pajamas just to get the mail. They say this is a typical Minnesotan. Like we all run around in our slippers when it's 30 below. Sing this with me, will you? Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, everybody, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, it doesn't show signs of stopping, and I bought some corn for popping, and the lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbying. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Might as well. Thank you. I don't want to run over my time. I think we're doing okay. I want to thank you so much for inviting me today. What a blast. I was so much looking forward to it. And I'm among heroes. Once again, thank you all that served. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true 'neath the red, white, and blue, and there's never a boast or brag. But should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old flag. I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy, a Yankee Doodle do or die, a real life nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. Well, I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle went to London just to ride a pony. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountain to the prairie, to the ocean, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless you, everybody, and thank you.
Wow. You are, You know, what I hear husbands say, I like that. I'm gonna settle for you. Well, we're sure glad we settled for you. It was very wonderful. Appreciate all of your time and effort in serving our country as well. Thank you. In a minute or two, would you help us sing the birthday song? Yeah. Okay. But first of all, it's patriotic time, so, that's why we have computers nowadays, so we can look things up. So I found a couple things, and I'm going to share them with you, whether you want it or not. Okay. Warriors are not always the fastest or the strongest people. Strength and speed can be developed through training. Warriors are those who choose to stand between their enemy and all that they love and hold sacred. Warriors are fearless, but scared many times. Brave, but cautious, proud and bold, as they serve and as they give the world that we have today, the freedom we have today. Thank you for doing that. And you've probably heard this saying before, and I think it's a good one to repeat. The debt our nation owes all of you who have served, those who wore the uniform, is a debt that we will never, ever be able to repay you for. Thank you. And now, we are going to celebrate some birthdays, okay? Before I know what I was going to mention about Colleen. Colleen is so nice, and I think the main reason she's so nice is because she used to live in St. Louis Park. So that's, this is her coming home time. So can we have all of the people who have birthdays and had birthdays in November, and all those who will be having birthdays in December, come up here in the front? Carol's going to join me, and we... Go ahead. Wow, what a good-looking crowd.
Yeah.
Okay, not to be a downer, but you guys all realize that you're going to be a year older now? Okie dokie. Okay, I'm going to ask you your birthday. You don't need to give the year, but what day you were born.
30th of December.
And your name.
Henry Gay.
Okay.
Karen Roll, December 15th. Joanne Tate, November 23rd. Miriam Scott, November 2nd. Judith Adams, December 3rd. Donna Wexton, December 24th.
Christmas Eve, baby.
Kathy Clone, November 8th.
Tom Bugle, December 16th.
Well, great. Let's all sing a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear friends. Happy birthday to you.
Hey, because we have two beautiful flower arrangements over here, provided by Lynn's Floral again. So there are little local florists here at St. Louis Park, and they have been donating flowers for years to our birthday club. I'm going to leave you with one parting thought. Bravery is the capacity to perform poorly, even when scared half to death. Bravery turns into pride. And we are all so proud of those who wore the uniform for our wonderful country. Thank you for sharing today.